You got all these great action stars, but you didn't get Kurt Russell or Bruce Campbell. Instead, let's get Frazier, Kelsey Grammer, and that guy from the terrible Hercules movie that came out in January, Kelly and Lutz. Expendables 3, directed by Patrick Hughes, starring Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson as our villain, Stonebanks, and a whole bunch of other action icons. And in this movie, Stallone playing Barney Ross and the Expendables have to break somebody out of prison, Wesley Snipes' character, and then they have to go on this mission where you have Terry Crews waiting for them. One of their teammates gets hurt, almost to the point that they get killed, and they gotta get revenge against the guy who did it, Mel Gibson's character, Stonebanks, who was once an expendable, even though he wasn't in any of the previous movies, and he's decided to go rogue, and they're told by Harrison Ford's character that they got to bring him in alive so he can be tried for his war crimes, but of course he's not going to get brought in alive. And Stallone decides that he doesn't want his old team to get hurt, so he decides to leave his old team behind and get a new team. This new team is made up of Antonio Banderas playing Galago, and Kelly and Lutz's character, as well as Glenn Powell, and Victor Ortiz is in this movie, and Ronda Rousey, who is a mixed martial arts fighter, and in this movie she's a bouncer, and Kelsey Grammer is the one that helps Barney Ross find all these new people, and then Harrison Ford decides to come along for the ride at the end of the movie to get them out with a chopper! Yes, there are a lot of lines where we gotta say, "Get to the chopper!" And this movie is so dumb. Eventually the young guys get captured, and Barney Ross has to get his old crew to help him out in rescuing the young guys. And when they get to rescue the young guys, the villain is not there to do the final fight, but eventually the villain comes in and goes, "Hey, we gotta do the final fight." And it's just such a stupid movie. It's not that good. The gunshot wounds part is not done very well. Instead of using blood, because it's PG-13, they have to use dust spurts and CGI, which really doesn't look that good at all. The action's not filmed very well. A lot of the acting, especially from the new crew, is not that good. Antonio Banderas also, he's very annoying in this movie. There was a couple times where he was funny. He's supposed to be the comic relief in this movie, but other times he's just very annoying. Mel Gibson, though, is probably one of the best parts of this movie as the villain. He's really good as the villain. Aside from that, this is really not that good of a movie. Terry Crews and Jet Li are wasted in this movie. That was one of my big complaints about the second movie, is that Jet Li didn't get that much screen time, even though I did like the second movie. And now, Terry Crews and Jet Li don't get enough screen time. In fact, Jet Li got even less screen time in this movie than he did in the last movie. And Harrison Ford doesn't do that much in this movie. He spends the whole time in a helicopter. So the movie is really not all that good. My dad and I did mildly enjoy it, so I would give this a C-. But honestly, I really wouldn't recommend this movie.